Hey y'all, welcome back to Amber's Journey. So today we are going to continue with the custom bullet journal that I am making here for my cousin. We already did the beginning of the book setup for the 6 months that this is going to last for. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the January setup here. So I did pencil in quite a few things here so that way I don't mess up like I did in the last video. I have a quote here for the new year, January. This will be the title page, and then I have the calendar I'm going to create here. I have a habit tracker that I'm going to create for her here. And since January 1st falls on a Sunday, and typically my weeks are Monday through Sunday, I went ahead and dedicated a whole page to the first of the year. So this will be where she does her planning for January 1st. And then we'll continue on with the weeklies after that. So let's go ahead first and get this taken care of on this side. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm thinking of doing just a big swatch and then writing January over it. And I'm going to use some faux calligraphy kind of writing. And then for the new year, I'm going to go ahead and just write that out in pen. And then I'm going to decorate around it. I have pulled some washi tape here. I have a ton of different stickers here that I am going to be using. So January is going to be kind of a junk journal theme. Should pull this out beforehand. Sorry, y'all. And I may or may not use these stickers, but I pulled these. These are from Cute Cut Craft. These are just little decorative sheets, and I got these in a grab bag, so they're not perfect, but that's fine. That works perfect for junk journaling. And then I have these stickers, which were actually my Patreon stickers from July from Steph's Design Space. I saved them for this. And then a couple other vintage type stickers here. Perfume bottles and flowers, which I may save those for another look. And then I have the days of the week here for the weekly. And I also have these scrapbooking type papers from Steph that I'm also going to incorporate in. So we'll see how it all goes. I have a plan of what I want to do. I may not use everything, but I have it all out in case I want to. And then on the weeklies, I am going to use these little vintage labels as the days of the week, just to give it some little pop and flair. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's get started. I don't need any of these yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the swatch. I'm using a Crayola Super Tip for the swatch here. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay it on its side and swatch it back and forth. Kind of making it filled in, but kind of messy at the same time. This is for junk journaling. So I want it to be nice, but I want it to still have that vintage feel. So we're good there. Go ahead and fill in a couple here. All right, so that looks good. That's what I was going for. So now I'm going to take my pen, and the pen I'm using is a Paper Mate Ink Joy, and it's a gel 0.7. And I'm going to go ahead and write this in. I'm going to turn it a little bit, y'all, so I can write. I am left-handed, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. Ooh, are you not going to write on this paper? Ooh, I don't like that. We're going to go for a different pen. That one's not wanting to work right. This is real life, y'all. This is how it's been going for me. So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to switch to the Pilot G2.7. Now, this pen takes a little bit longer to dry, but it's always reliable. It's a little bit more inky. And I'm kind of going with like a stacked look here. And now I'm going to go back in and darken this a little bit. So I'm not great at hand lettering, but I wanted this to kind of look like the brush pens. So I'm going to darken the outer edges here on the side of things. Kind of give it that look without actually doing it. So how is everyone doing today? I know these videos have been super long. I'm probably going to be cutting some parts. I'm going to show you what I'm doing and then finish it and come back, especially with the weeklies, because it's going to be boring for you to sit here and watch me rewrite the same thing over and over again. But I will definitely show you everything here. Anything I'm using today, I will link in the description below. I either got it from a small shop or I had bought it on Amazon, so I'll definitely have that information for you if you want it. And then I'm going to go up here. If I have any kind of discount codes or PR codes to get discounts and that, I'll link those as well. As you know, I am a PR member for Steph's Design Space, so you can definitely use my code AMBER15 for any orders that you have to get 15% off. If there's a sale going on, you can just say my name in the notes, and then you'll get my freebie. I'm going to put a thicker tip on the end here. All right, and we're going to go in and do the same thing here. Trying to keep it consistent, so I'm putting it on the back side of the left side of each letter, or each line of the letter. So put a little drop there. So I'm going to be 100% honest, this is taking a lot longer than what I thought it was going to be, because I didn't realize how much of a perfectionist I am when it comes to other people's stuff. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do and to actually start it, because I got paranoid because of the beginning page. I already messed up within the first minute of the last video because I spelled journal with no N. And I was like, yeah, you just need to calm down and just do what you know? And that's the best thing about doing a bullet journal is it's yours, typically. I'm making this for somebody else, but it's your creativity, it's your desire to make it. And even if you mess up, there's plenty of ways to fix things like that. So you don't have to get discouraged. I mean, literally, I just rewrote it on another piece of paper and stuck it in, and it actually came out better than what I originally was doing. So it's definitely a learning experience for me. But at the same time, I'm enjoying it. It's fun to me to do things like this. I like being creative. I may not be the most artistic person. I'm not doing watercolors and things like that in here like some of the other bullet journalers do, but I think my cousin's still going to like it. I created a few shortcuts for myself with things that I can put in that I don't have to write out by hand, or, stickers and decoration and washi tapes and things like that. So and who says you can't? There's no rules. It's a bullet journal. You create what you need. Oh, I really like the way that looks. Oh, that actually came out a lot better than what I thought it was. Awesome. Okay. So now that we got that done, we're going to let that dry, because it's going to take a minute with this pen. So now we're going to move on to the quote here. So the quote I chose for the new year is, "The new year stands before us like a chapter in a book waiting to be written." And I used a couple different fonts in it. Like I said, I am not fancy. I know cursive, I know lowercase and uppercase. So that's what I'm using. It's still going to look nice. I'm not trying to do all this extra stuff out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and write it in. And I like to think my handwriting's pretty decent. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. And you can read it. It's legible. And then once these letters dry, I'm going to go back in and erase the pencil. But I want to make sure that this is dried completely. So right here, I figured out that this was off a little bit, so I drew an arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this now and just start the lettering off to the side there. Ooh, I smeared it, damn it. It's all right, we'll fix it. I'm trying really hard not to smear this because, again, I am left-handed, so as I'm writing this, I have to make sure my hand is not touching the page. I just wanted to start off each month with a quote and then a title page. So some of these setups are going to be very similar, but I'm going to change the weekly layouts each month. So that way she has some variety, but still has functionality on what she needs and what she wants to do here. So we'll definitely get that done. So I'm going to go back in here and kind of do the same thing I did on the January, just kind of darken up some of the lines here. Just give it a little bit more depth than what it has currently. Sorry, y'all, I'm concentrating here. I want to make sure that I'm making this pretty. It's so different whenever you're creating something for yourself than whenever you're creating something for somebody else. I feel like for myself, I'm not as particular on certain things because it's for me and I'm going to use it regardless. But then creating something for someone else is a whole different ballgame. Because then, like, you want to make sure that it's pretty much perfect. I mean, because you're giving it to somebody else. You don't want to be giving them some crap that doesn't look nice. I want this to be something that she's excited for and proud of and actually uses. And then I'll go ahead and do that. I like the way that looks. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let that dry. So now what I'm gonna go in and do is I'm gonna use a little bit of washi, and this is the same washi that we used in the beginning of the book at the front here. Now this washi, I'm changing out from this one to this darker one because I like this one better for the January setup. So we're keeping the same vibes as the beginning, but as we get into each of the months, they are going to have different themes, so they're not going to be like cohesive in that sense. They'll be very similar in layouts and setups and things like that, but they're not going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is rip this washi because it's so thick. And this is going to be like junk journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this across the bottom here. And then that little extra I'll cut off. And then I'm going to lay this across here. I'm trying to keep it very simple, very minimum. Still, you know, decorated the way that she wants it, but still cohesive, I guess is what I'm looking for. So just a little bit up here. And again, anything that's hanging over, I'll cut off. Oh, too far over. All right, so let me grab my scissors, or as my dad used to say, skizzers. Cut off this extra washi tape here. Make sure I'm not cutting the book. There we go. There we go. All right, so we got the washi down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some of the deco. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of these. I really want to use these. Ooh, it's because it says written, I'm going to use the typewriter. I know it's cliche, but yay! So I'm going to go ahead and place this down here. And then put one of these little stickers of the flowers over here. Oh, I feel like I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks together. But I still want to put something here. So, I'm going to put this down here. And the mirror. Put the mirror right there. I love these stickers. I really like this one. I think I might actually incorporate that into the January. Why can I not get this up? Doesn't want to cooperate. It's just got one little piece of sticker that's stuck. There we go. Right under January. And then I got one little spot up here. I'm gonna go ahead and add that flower in, and I got one more sticker here, so I'm going to go ahead and add this. Yeah, we're going to put that over there. All right, so that is the January title page and the quote. The next step is the monthly. So what I plan on doing for the monthly is I am going to take one of these full sheets, which I'm trying to debate on which one I want to do. I'm thinking I'm going to do this one. But what I'm going to do is I am going to rip this like you would scrapbook paper, because it is a full sheet of sticker, but it's like parchment paper so that you can rip it. It's not regular sticker paper. And I want to put this like in the corner here, and then, you know what, I think I might use one of these. Probably this one, because I want to put the January at there, and I'll probably title that in myself, and then maybe put a couple pieces of it over here. And then for the flowers, one of her spreads throughout this journal is going to be pink and yellow flowers, so I'm going to incorporate some of this into that too. So this is junk journaling. It's pink and yellow. Like, I'm going to be using these throughout the book here, even though not all of them are junk journal themes. So I'm going to use that up there. First thing we need to do is go ahead and put our calendar in. So with this calendar, January starts on Sunday, and it's five weeks. The last week is only partial, and then it goes into February. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this in with the boxes and everything. Once I'm done, I'm going to also write these in, and then we'll come back and decorate together. Okay, y'all, I got the calendar in. So apparently I'm having issues with my pens today, because I couldn't get this one to write, and this one is like exploding everywhere. But that's okay. It's a good thing it's a junk journal theme, because yeah, otherwise I'd be freaking out right now. I'm going to go ahead and leave this the way it is. There's a couple lines that I messed up on, so that's why I have the double lines now here, and then the spacing at the bottom. This is real life stuff. I hope she doesn't mind that the days are a little off on the bottom, but it's the last couple days of the month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and letter in the days. Write out, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through the month here. So that way it's filled in, it's ready to go. And then we're going to start decorating and fixing some of the issues that we have currently. Yeah, I totally screwed that up. Yep, we're not using this. All right, y'all, I'm back. So what I decided is I have an Archer and Olive that has craft paper in it. So I took sheets out of it like this, redrew the grid, and went ahead and tore the extras off. So it's got that ripped look to it. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and tape this down over it. I do need, shoot, I dropped my white out, didn't I? There's just one little spot that I want to white out, because you can see it with this because of the rip. So I'm going to white that out real quick. Normally I don't use whiteout in bullet journals or junk journals, but in this case, I don't think you're going to notice it much. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and tape these in to cover up my mistakes, because I drew lines in the wrong spots. The boxes are off, the ink. I just am not happy with that at all. But this is, again, the beauty of, one, junk journaling and bullet journaling. You create it to how you want it to be. So even though my original plan didn't work the way I wanted to, just like before, it's ending up turning out better than what I originally had planned. So I'm not too upset about it. And it just works out that this craft paper is the exact same size as this book as well. Sorry, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and then we're going to go ahead and get to decorating. I'm not covering this side up. I want to leave that open with the tasks and goals on the white paper. I think that's going to look really good and give it some contrast. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. All right. Honestly, I think that this does look a lot better than what I had originally planned, so I can't be too mad about it. All right, now the only thing is that originally I was going to use some of this in this part, but I think I'm going to change my mind on that because now that we got the brown, I feel like that's too much brown and they don't really match very well. I'm saving these pieces because I'll probably use those throughout the setup now, since we have that. So let's go ahead and go through our stickers here. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted these. I really like these typewriters, so I know it's a little bit more color than what we originally were looking at, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use this right here. Or do I want to lay washi down first? Let's lay some washi down. I think I am going to use some of this washi from Steph's Design Space. It's her home washi, and it's got a bunch of different like items and flowers and things like that. So I think I'm going to lay that down here, right here, to cover up that blank spot and also give it a little bit of color. And then I am also going to use a little bit up here, and then I will probably write January underneath it, or above it, depending. I'll do underneath. So lay that down there. I really love this washi. It's really good quality, and I love the designs on it and that. All right, so let's go ahead and lay this down now. I think I'm gonna put this up a little bit on it like that. And then we are gonna go ahead and get into these. And then I'm gonna lay, excuse me, the days of the week down too. Why don't we do that now, so that way I don't forget. And we are starting on Sunday. Got my tweezers. Monday starts on weekdays and Sunday starts on the monthly. Just how I've always done it, so that's how we are going to continue to do it. And I will continue to use these scripts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay down all the days of the week, and I'm going to go ahead and put the numbers in, and get that all done. Lay down a few more stickers. I'll show you what it's like, and then we'll move on to the weekly. All right, y'all, I'm sorry I keep cutting in and out here, but I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so that's the monthly. Now we're going to go ahead and get her habit tracker going, right? So there's 31 days in the month of January. Make sure I'm in focus. Okay. So what I did is I'm starting it here. I started at one grid space up, and I just counted out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So I'm going to have one grid space per day. This is going to be very simple. And then I'm going to write this across, and I'm going to go 10 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to have it to where she can do 10 habits, but I'm going to make this line just a little bit longer just to make sure that it's all in there. All right, and then if you see I have the lines at the top, so what I'll do is I'll number it from 1 to 31. I'll put lines here so she can write in her habits, and then I have a key here so that if she wants to color code it, she can. Okay. And I'm just going to freehand these boxes. Just going from dot to dot. And that is literally one of the easiest habit trackers you'll ever make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write habit tracker across here, and I'm going to decorate it a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put the lines in here for her just to make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna go ahead and white out this little part of the line. I went too far there while I was talking. All right, so let's go ahead and add the numbers in. So one thing I like about the key is I'm leaving it open like that because she can either color code it, she can decide to use different designs or different ways to mark it instead of color coding it, whatever she feels like doing. And 31. Debating, should I draw in the boxes? I think I'm gonna leave it open for her to do. If she wants to do that, then she can. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and add some washi to it. Again, just simple, easy, bullet journaling type things here. Little pieces here and there. Here we go. Maybe add some over here. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this down too, kind of give it a little bit of pop, some more color. And this one, I'm gonna run, why don't we do this? There we go. That looks cute. And then let's see, do we have any smaller stickers? We do. Let's go ahead and add these keys in here, just for fun. All right, y'all. I think we're doing pretty good now. So let's, I feel like this video is already too long. So that is the beginning of January. So that's the monthly setup. And then I'm gonna come back and do the weekly in a different video because this one's already so long. So let's go ahead and do a flip through real quick. So here is our quote for the new year. our January starting page, which I actually really like the way that came out. I'm very happy with that. Our monthly with the goals and tasks and the deco from Steph's Design Space and the Archer and Olive paper. And then we have our tracker here, very minimal. I want to make sure it's functional for her. And then we will go ahead and get into the weekly in our next video. Thanks you guys for watching. Bye.